Okay, we can try a scattered one. Okay, x value, y value. Okay, we need only x value here. So x value is 2, y value is 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. For all this, we are just making x value as 0. So I am making 0, 0, 0 and 0. So these are all the values we are just seeing here. So this is 2, 0, 2, 4, sorry, x 6, 0, 8, 0, 10, 0, 12, 0 and 14, 0. So this is an example for non-linear data. You cannot separate any of all the data using linear regression. So it is not possible to do the linear separation for these kinds of a data, as it is non-linear data. So it is non-linear data. This is a non-linear separable data. You cannot divide a data with linear lines. So now your job is to make it x minus 8. So x minus 8 means, so this positions, so this will be shifted for 8 times. So make it x minus 8 means 6 will be coming for a position of 1, minus 2, minus 3. So like this you are going to shift the values. So you are going to make x value as x minus 8. Okay, we can make it as x plus 4. We can just shift by 4 times, that's fine. Okay, you can just go for x plus 4, that is time shifting, time shift of a signal. So time shift of a signal actually means that what are all the having at the 0 position, it will be just going for 4 times backside. So first thing is we can just go for a line values here, then again a scattered value. X value is minus 6, that will be sitting in so in the position of minus 3 I need a value of minus 6, 0. Okay, I need a value at minus 3. Minus 3, then minus, okay, leave it. So this is our signal. You need to shift by 4 times. So time shifting operator we are just using here. So shifting this value by 4 times. So here this value will be shifted towards left side by 4 times. That is, this value 6 will be at -1, -2, -3 position. So 4 times it will be just shifted towards left side. So that is what we are going to just see here. So I am just taking a pen. So I am marking y-axis here and x-axis. So y-axis, so 0th point. So the points here you can just see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So these values should be shifted by 4 towards left side. Okay, that is what we are going to write here. So at -1, -2, -3, so in the same manner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all the axes. So in the same manner we will be having y-axis as well. So now previously the values were 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So it will be shifting towards left side. So the value will becomes -6. Okay, the value will become 6, and next value will become 4, next value will become 2, and at the 0th position we will be having the same value 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So this is x value. So then what I am written is x plus 4. So these values have been propagated by 4 times towards left side. So this is what, this was a original x value. So this is x minus 4. This value will be propagated by 4 times towards left side. So next step is squaring these values. Now I am going to square the values. So what I have been shifted by 4 times. So after squaring, what happens is, let me just draw here. So squaring the values. So the previous value you can just see 6. After squaring it, it becomes 36 plus 36. That will be a value for 1 comma y value. So in the same manner, -4 will become, sorry, that is 4 will become 16. Okay, what is this value is 36. So now this value is 20, and 2 will become 2. So on squaring you will be getting a values like this for each axis of x. So 6 will become 36, 4 will become 16, 2 will become, does this 2 will become again we are having so 2 will become 4 and the third value, sorry 16, this value is 16 and this is 36 value, and the next value is 2 and it will become 4. So then after this you will be having 0 here, 0. Next again 2 will become 4 and 4 will become 16 and 6 will become 36. See, considering this is a one data or one class, you can go for linearly separable data. So considering this as a class 1 and these values are class 2. So these points are going to be considered as class 2, or else you can just make a bifurcations here itself. So these values, are belonging to one class and rest are of other class. So like this you can just make a difference. Later on, shifting and squaring those value, it will be converted into an higher dimensions, so that you can easily differentiate by using linear, what is this, linear classification by using hyperplane designing. So we can just see the coding part of it. So now we have been just done a coding here. So for a non-linear data, we have been just made a projections. So for this we are going to write a function for 3D projections. So here we need to have an internet to install this respective IPY widgets. Let me just connect to a hotspot. Okay, we can go for a terminal once it has been just connected. So this is a non-linear data. So that's what we have been just seen. So now we need to convert this non-linear data to linear data. That is by shifting and squaring. Here we've been just created a non-linear data, so it has been creating a circles. We are using a function called kernel linear, so we are going to fit x comma y, and we have been just seeing the SVC decision function. We have been just written in the above, and we are going to see how this kernel is going to work for it, and we are going to see it now. So now what we are doing is we are just projecting our data into 3D version. This is a function we are calling or writing. So scattering the 3D of x values in column 0 and 1. So we are going to have elevation. So elevation is like squaring. So shifting and squaring. So and interact plot 3D, what it is this one, plot 3D, elevation is minus 90 90, so minus 180 180. So x is equal to fixed and fixed values. So like this we are going to convert our 2D to a 3D version. Okay, it is taking too much time here to run this one. So here what it is going to happen is as same as here, it will be converting into a non-linear data to linear separable data by having shifting and squaring. It has been indexed. Okay, let it get indexed. Let us just move further. After getting to 3D, we will be just having a separable data. So use just a linear line to separate it. So the next one is I was been talking about radial Basel function. So extract the circumference inside the class 2. That is what we have been just seen in the previous thing. So if this was a data what we have been just seen in a pie chart. So what was the thing is using a kernel function called RBF. So it was going to find a circumference. So inside this, which all the points are coming in the circumference, that is going to be called as class 2 and rest will be class 1. So that is called as an RBF function. So we are going to find the variance from the center of the cone. So this will become the circumference. So once the center is found, we are going to join it to A in that circumference, find the distance of a classes, that becomes a decision. So that is a decision whether it is going for class 2 or class 1. If it is inside the cone circumference, it is class 2. If it is outside the circumference, then it is class 1. So that was like coding of so coding we are going to see for both, what is this, increase the dimension and kernel version. So the next will be like, what if the data is overlapping? We can just see it in later. Let me see whether it has been just indexed or not. It's still indexing. Okay, let us wait, or else it will be just overlapping with the concepts. So here first we have been just generated a linear data. In the linear data we have been just generated a hyperplane by having a equations wx plus, what is this, wx plus b equation, same as for hyperplanes, hyperplane 0, hyperplane 1 and 2. So lower boundary of a hyperplane, upper boundary of a hyperplane. So lower boundary means the another class of a version. So still more easier is to understand this concept is if this is a data, lower boundary means which is nearer to the class 2, that is one line. Upper boundary means which is nearer to the class 1. By taking a median of both, we will be getting a middle one. Of that middle one, we will be generating a hyperplane for the newer data. And we have been just seen how to maximize the margin, fitted the curve, and we have been just generated a hyperplane for it. And these are all the margins which have been touching for the hyperplanes are called as an support vectors, and this model will not change if you are going to increase the training data. Okay, still it is indexing. Okay, I guess it has been finished. So in the same manner we are just seeing the fitting curve and we are just plotting those results, and we have been just seen previously. Now we have been just pushing for non-linear data, and we can execute the first problem solution, that is increase the dimension by 1. So if it is 2 dimension, you can increase it to third dimension. So after increasing, the non-separable data will be converted into linearly separable data. So this is what we are going to just see here, plotting into a 3D version. So this is a one type of a solution, and the next type is we are going to see the radial function. The kernel is RBF, and the what is this parameter C? It is larger. So kernel, we are going to just see till here. We are having another function called overlapping. There we are going to use tuning factor. So this was the support vectors we have been just seen earlier. So this was increasing the training value. It doesn't change the model. So this is our non-linear data. We need to convert this non-linear data to linear data. Okay, this is a 3D data. We can just show the difference here. Okay, let me just save this into our desktop so that we can just take it to a this PowerPoint. Okay, that was the thing what we have been just seen, how to convert a non-linear data to a linear one. So increase the dimension, it will be converted into a linear data. So later we can separate it by a straight line. Here I pasted a picture. So this is what the 2D data, non-separable data has been converted into 3D. So this is a one where you can just see with. So you can just have one hyperplane which is going to differentiate between the two classes. So this was a linear data which are hyperplane with the support vectors. So by increasing the training data set, the model doesn't change. So this was a non-linear data. From this, we are being converted into a linear version by increasing the dimension to 3D. So after doing this, we are going to have one linear separable. So as the same one, and we are going to predict the information. So this is a one of a solution for a prediction. So let us just close this. So this is a one of a way. So the next one is like we can take a one of a function of CIF, and we are going for kernel version. So we are going for kernel version. So I was been talking about radial bias function for an SVM. It is an function which is going to be as same as a cone structure. So cone. So in this circumference, we are going to find the what is this the distance. So in this circumference, if the points are present, then it is going to be called as class 2. If it is outside the circumference, then it is going to call it as a class 1. So let us see this execution. Okay, I've forgotten to write plot.show. Plot.show. Okay, it may take some time, so that instead of running all the things, we can just execute this in the next file, so that it will take lesser time. I need to import all the values here, and I need x comma y. And another one is I need to import SVC. Okay, plot. Okay, I need to have one function which have been just defined here for plotting results. Okay, we can execute this. So now the time consumption will be less. So the system has been got heated up, that's why it is taking too much of time. Now you can just see the data have been just separated by a single line, linearly separable data. So this is what how to convert so this is a second solution, like how to make a non-linear data using linearly, that is using RBF, that is radial bias function. They have been copied with the points, but we need a circles here. I need not to have a points. I need not to have this x and y. We need to have a make circles. So that one we can just have here. So non-linear data need to be taken. So that I was being taken with a linear while copying this. First one I have been copied, so that was error. So here, so this was a version of having a kernels by using radial bias function. So here it is being divided in a non-linear fashion. So this is a circumference which have been just drawn by using a radial bias function. If any of the points which have been available, so if any of the points which have been available in an inside the circumference, let me take into a PowerPoint and let me explain over there. So this is a second solution where we can just see here. Okay, we can just have a picture, desktop and figure 7. So this is a non-linear data, and this is both are not a linearly separable data. This is class 2. Okay, it can take class 1 also. You can take this as class 2. So this is a circumference what the RBF function have been just taken. If we are having a new value, it is going to take a circumference distance with this new value. If it is nearer to this, it is saying that it is going to belong with a class 1. So that is a decision. If it is not, then it is going to be class 2. So that is non-linear. So the next one is if data is overlapping on each other. See, like if both the data are overlapping, then comes a tuning part. Tuning is essential. We are having a fudge factor in an SVM, so which vary the margin. So in margin we are having two things. First one is hard margin and second one is soft margin. In order to do this, we are having a parameter called C. So for a parameter C, if a factor is very high, then the margin will be very tight. It will be of length will be very much lesser, or tight margin will be present if the C value is high. If the C value is lesser, the margin width will be more. Width of the margin will be more. So that is called as a soft margin and hard margin. So it is going to be dependent on the value of C. So I was been telling about, we are going to see about the usage of C parameter. So if it is very high, the margin will be very narrow or thicked one, a hard margin. So like hard rules. If the values or C value is lesser, then it is a soft margin. So you can just see the coding part of it, and this is a kernel version what we have been already seen. Okay, scratch 3. So then I'm just going to make a tuning part. So tuning part is here, x comma y make blobs. So tuning part is going to be copied. We can go on seeing how exactly the respective things are going to be just changed. Okay, make blobs. Okay, we can execute this. Oh, you need plot SVC decision. Simply deleted it. So now here the thing is like we have been just made a blobs of circles of 100 samples. We are taking a subplots, so we have been just seeing the subplots, dividing a window into number of rows and columns. So you are going to make a figure size of these values. So subplots are just, and you are going to just see how it is going to vary for having a, what is this, overlap data. Okay, I've forgotten to do this. Okay. So you can just see the variations of a parameter C. If parameter C is very high, then the margin is too narrow. That is hard margin between two classes. So this is like overlapping of a data. See, the data has been not displayed. Okay, we can just plot it. So plot x comma y, we can just make it here. Okay, we can make a scatter here. Scatter x of 0 comma y comma x of first column. We are going to take c parameter as y, s is equal to 50, and c map is equal to okay. So this is like almost having a overlapping data. For this overlapping data, how to do is soft margin is like this. The margin will be high. So here data points has been gone inside. It may give some of the wrong results. For overlapping data, we need to have a tuning of a C parameter. So the C value should be high to make a hard decision or a hard margin. So this is like tuning the SVM. So how to tune is like just having a linear kernel, C is equal to C, I am just changing the value in in for loop. So for loop, I am going to execute 10 for C once and 0.1 for once. So that was output you are just seeing. So this is a simple for loop we are just seeing, and we are going to view the output. So the kernel is linear, but we are just changing the, what is this, parameter C, as it is linearly separable but data is overlapped. So during this time we are going to tune the SVM by changing the parameters of C. So okay, then tuning is essential. Let me take another real-time example, that is face recognition. We are going to recognize the face of having some of our values here. So the first one is the image name is, or image dimension is 68 cross 46. So that is, if you are going to give an image, it will be converted into vector format of 1 cross 3000 like this in one vector. So if you need to train the whole for a whole image, you need to speak for 3000 pixels. So giving the same 3000 pixels to classifier is tougher task and harder to make a decision. It may give some of many errors. So to address this, principal component is used to obtain the feature vector to reduce the feature vector from 3000 to 150. So these 150 features have been fed to the SVM. So this is PCA, means principal component analysis, and this is another bigger concept. It need another session. Let me just take another session for this PCA. What it is like, if you are feeding a image, instead of taking the whole pixels, it is going to give a dominant eigenvalues. So dominant eigenvalues will be provided, and those numbers are dominant 150 eigenvalues will be written from 3000 pixel values. So that much you can just understand for this respective experiment. Okay, next we are going for face recognition. Let me take a code for this. Okay, let me go on explaining this. From data set, we are fetching some of our people's data set. So in that, we are taking out faces of 60 minimum values. So this is a data set name, and in that we are taking minimum faces per person is 60. So per person is 60%. So you need an matplotlib here. So per person we need a, so per person we are having minimum faces is 60 at different angles, from front, from sidewards with an angles 30, 90, 120, 270 degrees. Persons different 60 images. So print face target names and face shapes. How many faces are present in a data set and what is the name for the respective faces. So this is, we are going to plot some of our sample images. So we are going to just what is this, a sample images will be plotted by dividing our window into 3 cross 5, that is 3 row 5 columns, that is 5 into 3, 13 faces will be displayed. So you are using a command called IAMShow. What you are showing, you are taking a images which have been present in faces dot images, and the to I value. I will be starting from this values ax dot flat. So 15 images will be displaying here. So you are taking support vector classification here, and you are taking this decomposed PCA. So that is randomized PCA. So sklearn pipeline, we are making a pipeline here, so which we have been already seen. So randomized PCA, and we are taking a components of 150, what I have been explained here, and we are having a function of RBF. Why? Because it is a non-linear data. So in a cross validation, okay, this test train split is not in cross validation now, it is in model selection. It has been changed. Eventually it will be changing. Then I am just taking a PCA model. So make a pipeline of PCA and SVC. First, what you need to do is, first you need to execute, you need to take a PCA components, later call the, what is the support vector classification. You are just splitting the data to train, test, train and test validation. What you are splitting, data and target values. So now you are going to see this in an time grid version, and you are going to predict the newer version, predict the newer data, and you are going to see what is the predicted name for it. And in the same manner, you are going to generate a classification report. What is the correct classification and what is the wrong classification, and finally the confusion matrix. How much of faces what you have been classified as right or wrong. Okay, SNS need to be set. Then again it will be pushed to any of other package in 3.7. Okay, it will take time, I guess. Let me just restart it. Okay, let me go by line execution. So we can print those values here. Okay, this error normally happens if that respective folder is not present. So that will be available in an installed scikit-learn data. So you can rename this to LFW. That's all. And you are having another error saying that this image is not having any of a bytes. So you need to search for that image in this data set. So George W. Bush. Okay, this is just a famous politicians or famous figures data set. In that you need to just search for 323 images. 323rd, it is not available, it has been just crashed. That's why this error is coming. Wherever the 0 bytes is there you are going to have this error. So you can just see different position of images, angled and all. Okay, then let me see any of error comes into picture. So that error will come whenever the image is having 0 bytes. Let me see whether other folders is having any of other images. Let's update it. Okay, which folder? LWF funneled. George W. Bush. And delete it. Okay, it is working fine now. We are going to print faces dot target names. Some person's name has been just present here. We are having some of a shape, image shape, 431 images of 62 cross 47 pixels. So we are just subplotting the figures. subplotting it. So here we will be getting some of our 10 figures of a person. So these are the famous persons which have been just provided in a data set. Okay, we are just importing this. Okay, this has been just removed. Instead of this, it is simply PCA. Okay. So this packages will be keep on updating from one, what is this? One Python to another Python. I have just taken now 150. What is this? Reduced features from 3000 to 150. So we are just making a pipeline here. First we need to call PCA and later SVC. SVC means support vector classifier. I am just dividing a data here, train test data. So I am just doing in Python console. So I have been divided the whole data set into train, test data, Y train and Y test. So now I am taking grid search. So I am just fitting that and I am seeing the prediction. Okay, let me go by line by line. Okay, it has been just having a PCA components of 150. It is using SVC and these are all the SVC gamma parameters. So we are just printing those values here. So print grid dot best parameters and we are going to estimate it. So these are all the best parameters. So we have been just taken a model and predicted a X test. Now we are going to just see whether the predicted names are fine or not. See, this is predicted names, incorrect labels in red color. So this is a correct naming. So this is a wrong person. That is, the name has been set in a wrong version. He is not the person what this label have been just provided. So incorrect labels are in red color. So this is another person. He has been just named as this label. So now you can have the classification report. So like precision, George W. Bush. So F1 score means the accuracy. So for Gerhard 89%. So this is like F1 score, F2 score will be C. So that is like accuracy like thing. Accuracy is overall accuracy is 95. Average, weighted average. So this is a classification report. So next I am going to generate a confusion matrix. So it has been generated. So confusion matrix. So we are taking two persons here. So for this person, the 82 it has been set correctly, and 5 it has been set the other person. For Jarhad, the correct 100% have been just done. So this is like how actually the machine have been worked with the face classification. So this is almost an easier task. The first thing is import the data set, train the data set by using the PCA first. So we need to use PCA to reduce the image pixels from 3000 to 150. These 150 images have been given to, so this is what 150 features will be given to the SVC, and we are using a radial bias function, radial basis function, and we are going to predict the respective names. So fine. So this is all about classification of images using SVM.